Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody tuning in. Welcome to another one of my weekly Outlook videos. And today I'll be going over a couple of pairs that I'm looking at going into the week of July 26, 2020. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so I'm currently looking at XRP USD on the daily time frame. Here you can see a nice steady downtrend where we're making lower lows and lower highs, right? But if I zoom in and take an even closer inspection at price, you can see that we are struggling to continue creating lower lows in the market to continue this downtrend. We actually have a minor uptrend on our hands, and I'm basically looking to go with the flow of price, right? So I've drawn this trend line here, which shows a break of structure, right? In the fact that we are no longer creating lower lows in the market, and we're actually making a steady move to the upside, right? So if I come down to the 4-hour, you can see a nice key level of 4-hour resistance that we've broken. And for me to even consider going long on this pair, I would like to see a retest of this level, right? So I'm looking for a retest back into that region before potentially going long. All right, so coming over to Euro NZD, let's zoom out and take a look at the daily time frame. So here you can see a nice steady uptrend, right? So we are making higher highs and higher lows in the market. And now if I zoom in on price, take a closer inspection, you can see we've approached a pretty key level of resistance. And for me to consider going long on this pair, I would love to see a break paired with a retest of that level before any long opportunities, right? If we want to continue this uptrend. All right. So coming over to Euro Tri, you can see a huge uptrend that we've been in, right? We just continue to make higher highs and higher lows in this market. Again, if I zoom in on price, you can see a nice level of resistance that we've broken. I would love to see price come back and retest this level before potentially going long. All right, now coming over to GBP Swiss franc, let's take a look at the daily time frame where you can see a pretty strong downtrend, right? We are making lower lows and lower highs in the market, and I would like to move with the current, right? I would like to move with the flow of where price is going because those leads to the most profitable trades. All right, so coming down and taking a closer inspection at price, we can come down to the 4-hour. You can see that we've broken this trend line, right? We are struggling to continue making higher highs and higher lows within this minor uptrend. We are revisiting a pretty key level of support, right? So this level holds up pretty nicely, as you can think of it as a floor in the market. And for me to even consider any short opportunities, I would like for price to break that structure followed by a retest before I consider going long, or excuse me, short. All right, so coming over to gold or XAU-USD, you can see we had a huge surge to the upside, right? We broke this resistance level and just flew, right? A considerable amount of pips. I would like to go with the flow of price, but before I consider any long opportunities, I would love to see a retracement back to this level of resistance turn support, provided that we get that retest of that level. I would consider going long on this pair. All right, so taking a look at AUDUSD, we can come over to the daily time frame. Here you can see we've been in a downtrend, but we are now struggling to continue making lower lows and lower highs in the market. We actually came and broke back above a very key level of resistance, which I've highlighted in yellow. And if we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that just based off of my long position tool, I would love to see for price to retrace back into this level to give us a solid retest before I consider any long opportunities. A similar scenario on AUD/USD as I'm taking a look at on AUDNZD, where we have been in this steady uptrend, right? And we're continuing to break key levels of resistance followed by a retest. We've actually come and retested this broken level of resistance, now turned support. So when the markets open back up, I'm recording this at the time of when the markets have not opened up just yet for the week, but I am considering a long opportunity on AUD/NZD once the markets open back up, just because I like that it's broken this level of resistance, came back to retest it as support, and we're starting to get rejections off of that level. So I think a pretty nice setup on our hands. And last but not least, we can take a look at CHF Jpy. So this was actually a trade that I called out in my free Telegram analysis channel. I will leave a link down in the description below for anybody interested in following along with my trade ideas. But here you can see that we have broken this downtrend, right? So we've started making higher highs and higher lows in the market, coupled with the fact that we just broke a very strong level of resistance. You can see how many times price comes to this level to establish it as a pretty solid ceiling. And after seeing a solid candle closure above this level, I was basically looking for a retest of that broken level, which we more or less got. And that's where I provided entry opportunities, or that's where I, basically stated that I would start to go long. So I'm expecting this upside movement on CHF JPY to continue. It falls in line pretty well with this dominant uptrend that we've started to create. So I'm just looking to hold this trade for a decent amount of time as a swing position holder. All right, you guys, so those are the pairs that I'm looking at going into this week. If you guys appreciate the simplicity as well as accuracy of my analysis, please go ahead and leave a like down below, as well as comment what pair you want to see covered in next week's video. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. All right, so with that, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will check back with you guys next week. Peace.